vengeance.
Well. Welcome to latest Smackdown episode 4 with your host, AWO Aaron Warrior. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing good on a Saturday night. For your wrestling fans. This is a show where we talk wrestling. And I'm going to talk about lots of wrestling today. I'll talk about, of course. I made a video on this earlier, but Saudi Arabia is hosting WrestleMania 43. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Smackdown, WrestlePalooza. We'll talk about AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a work shoot promo that he cut on Raw. We'll talk about Don Garcia's heel turn. We'll talk about other things. Things are shaping up. And alright guys. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Well, I'm going to talk about at least. So come join me. If you can, if you want. I really would appreciate it. Alright. I'm going to try to finish this before AEW Collision tonight. Because Collision is tonight on Collision. We're gonna find out what Mark Briscoe, what match he has in store for MJF at All Out. What match? We get the announcement of what match he's gonna have announced planned for All Out against MJF, which takes place next week. All Out. Okay. And also Andrade got released. We'll talk about Andrade or let go or departed. Whatever. Release, left, whatever. All we know he's gone from WWE. Andrade, as of today, that story broke today. So there are things to talk about. And I'm gonna try to get this done before 8 o'clock Eastern time. Before Collision. And I'm going to watch Collision until it ends. Then I'll probably put on the fight tonight. The boxing on Netflix tonight. So, because I know it starts at 9 Eastern, but you know how boxing is. So I'll watch Collision to 10 for the 2-hour show. Then I'll put on Netflix for the boxing fight tonight. The boxing tonight, yeah. Okay. That's my plans for tonight. And also do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Say hello. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, come say hello. I really would appreciate it. Just give me a like or something like that, okay? Alright, man. I made a video on this earlier in the day. So go check it out, my video when I'm on this, if you want. But I'm going to talk about it again here as the first segment, as the first thing. As has been rumored for, but the whole week came to fruition. WrestleMania 43, WWE, WrestleMania, WWE's biggest pay-per-view, premium live event of all time, is heading overseas. Not to Europe, not to Asia, well, technically Asia, but not Eastern Asia, but not to Africa, not to Australia. It's heading to the Middle East, particularly the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. WrestleMania 43, which is taking place in 2027. Next year's WrestleMania is not next year's WrestleMania. Next year's WrestleMania is staying in Vegas, Las Vegas, where it was previously held this year. Originally, next year's WrestleMania was supposed to go to Minnesota. I believe it was Minnesota. I could be wrong. And then they pulled out. And they, Vegas, you know what? Let's go to Vegas. More money. So, okay. Then the year after, they're going to Saudi Arabia. And on Thursday, WWE announced that they're going to have a press conference on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Pacific Time, for the announcement to confirm this. Everybody in the wrestling world expecting what it was going to be. And okay, so I watched it. I watched the actual announcement. I put on. I use a smart TV. I did not watch it on my laptop or my phone. I use a smart TV. I use the YouTube app on the smart TV. Log into my account and watched it on TV. Right, and I did not see the chat. But I did. But while I was watching on my TV, I did see my X account, and the same people that are watching it, whether they're watching on their TV, phone, or computer or laptop, they're screenshotting the chat saying sold out, sold out, sold out. Okay, sold out. Sold out. Okay. Okay. So I was listening to the press conference, right? Triple H is there. The guy for right, Triple H is there, along with Shawn Michaels. Undertaker was there. Liv Morgan was there. Stephanie Valkyrie was there. Charlotte Flair was there. Seth Rollins was there. Okay, Bianca Belair was there. Okay. Okay, to announce Saudi Arabia is hosting WrestleMania 43. And I was watching, I'm like, oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad. It's so boring. And from behind, you see, because some of the superstars did not look thrilled. Did not look thrilled about being there, about this. I don't. They did not look thrilled. Specifically, Liv Morgan, and they look like Some of them look like they had a gun pointed at their head to be there. Otherwise, if they're not there, they would get in trouble. Okay. It was okay. And they had Undertaker talk. They had Bianca Belair talk. Bianca Belair talked about how there was progress there towards for women. Technically, she's kind of right. They let women wrestle on the card, but it's still covered up, right? They're not allowed to show any form of skin or anything like that, right? They can wrestle, but they have to be everywhere covered up. And I'm like, oh, if they really show progress, they could show more progress by letting the women's wrestler wear what they want. Hmm? Don't bullshit us. Whatever. Okay? And the reason being why they did this is money. It's money. It's money. It's money. It's all about greed. Greed. Right? Money. Right? It's greed. It's all about money and greed, right? So the family there is extremely wealthy, rich, right? So more than what they can offer more than what American cities would do. Okay, don't be quiet, Red. Right, and more what the Europeans countries can do. Okay, so I obviously about the human violation of rights is what pissed off people with this, but man, I'll say this: TKO, Endeavor, they are scummy. I mean, Vince McMahon is scummy, obviously for what he's been for all the stuff he's done, right? But TKO and Endeavor, oh my fucking god, they're worse. I mean, they're not. It's they really have. They're all about greed, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. To them, it's about the Benjamins, right? It's all about the money. It doesn't really matter what what problems are, issues are. They don't care as long as they can make money. I know it's a business. Business is about making money, but this is Endeavor. I mean, this is the same company that owns UFC. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Andrade. Okay. Okay. But Endeavor, like this same company brings Brock back, which obviously he's cleared, so I see why they brought him back. Despite the public opinion, right? The wrestling public opinion. But fuck, man. All this other stuff. They don't care here. Obviously, they come out. It's basically come out this week. The greed from Endeavor, the narcissism from Endeavor, the arrogance from Endeavor, this company. Endeavor. And it's Endeavor. It's Endeavor. Yeah, it sounds like a plot of the Kirby Theater episode. I actually got the theme music for that. I don't know how long. I could probably get in trouble for that. Maybe I could play like 5 seconds of that. But it's been revealed why. Because if you. The WWE ticket price is so damn expensive. I mean, when I went to house shows for WWE, I used to get really, really good seats, floor seats for $80 to $100. It depends where the floor seats you sat, but $80 to $100. And sometimes the best seats are like $200, $300. Or you can get really good seats for a good price for house shows. Okay, and that's since WWE is not really doing house shows anymore. I mean, they're having, I guess you could consider live events. The December tour, right? But they're not really doing it. And you see the Raw and SmackDown premium live event prices. I'm like, fuck no, man. You know what? I went to SummerSlam in 2019. $90 for solid seats. Okay? And those same seats, if I wanted to buy those for WPLE now, it'd be a lot more. Probably like $150 to $200. I'm like, fuck no, man. I can't do that. I can't do that. WWE has. And I know they also UFC. UFC tickets are expensive as hell, very expensive. But they have to understand, UFC is not family-friendly content. It's not a family-friendly show, okay? So, combat. It's not a family-friendly combat. Thank you, Red. That's what I'm saying. They did not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been saying that. I said that in my video. You watched my video. I said it in my video. Specifically with Morgan. Yeah. Okay. But so the problem is. Oh yeah, I know that. I know that, Red. What is this? What's this? I know. But Endeavor, wrestling is different from UFC. UFC combat fighting. That's not a family. That's not a family friend. Family. You don't take families to see UFC. Sure, I'm sure they got kids there and stuff. But wrestling is family friendly. Specifically WWE, you take kids, you take families there. I've been to wrestling WWE shows. Okay, little kids are there all the time. Okay, little kids are there. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, as much as shit as Vince is in, and rightfully so, I hate to give him credit. He understood that, surprisingly. But Endeavor, you can't treat WWE like UFC. Okay? Sorry. And whatever. And this also shows that you really don't care about the fans. WWE, you really don't care about the fans. This shows Endeavor, you just care about money and profit and your own, and that over moral clarity, morals and ethics, whatever. And I understand, I guess technically WWE had a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia that Vince made back in 2018, 2017, right? So the deal expires in 2027, 2028. I understand that. So they have to live up to that contract, I guess. Contract? I guess. But this is Do you really think? Do they really think? Here's the thing: they're gonna try and encourage wrestling fans from North America, from Europe, maybe from Asia, Australia, to go all the way to Saudi Arabia to watch WrestleMania. You think they're really gonna? You think that's really gonna work? You think that's gonna work? You really think that's gonna work? Seriously. Come on. You know how expensive it's going to be too? Because we know WrestleMania, a lot of people from the world just save up the money just to go to WrestleMania. I spoke, when I went to wrestling shows, I actually talked to other people who have done that. Who saved up specifically to go to WrestleMania. You think they're going to go to all the way to Saudi Arabia? I mean, they could go to the States. Obviously, the States would be cheaper. Travel to the States would be cheaper. Obviously, WrestleMania is going to be expensive in general not just because of the hotel, food, and all of that. It's obviously the travel packages and the tickets. And look, if you look at WWE's travel packages for SummerSlam, they were ridiculously expensive. Like, what the fuck? It was here's the thing. Endeavor is catering to the wealthy. Catering to the wealthy. The rich. To the rich. To the wealthy. Okay? And let me tell you something. When you cater to the wealthy fans are not the biggest fans. Let me tell you something. If you go to any sporting event, the wealthy usually either sit in the box or they sit in the front row. And let me tell you something, especially the rich. They're not the best fans. They're not the wealthiest. They're not the best fans. Okay? Okay? Okay. You think you're gonna 40, 50,000? Yeah. Oh my God! I can't wait to see Io Sky Ripley at 8 Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they should just call the PLE. WWE sold out. I'm sure they own the IP to WCW sold out. I'm sure they could use that. I should have just called it. Okay. Are they going to let these women in WrestleMania show skin during the matches? I love how Bianca Belair is I love Bianca Belair's dick riding Saudi Arabia's progress in terms of letting women wrestle. Yeah, they're letting you wrestle, but you still have to cover everything. Time to enjoy NBA. You have to cover everything. Oh, they're letting you wrestle. Yeah, you still have to cover everything. Okay? Okay? Yeah. If I want show me we'll talk about that. Oh, that's right. You don't want to say that because the guys the foreign minister, the foreign sports minister is right next to Triple H. You don't want to insult him. Obviously. Because tell me what you're really thinking, Bianca. What about you too, Undertaker? Triple H? Nick Khan? Oh, now all of a sudden, this rumor's wrapping up. Oh, they want The Rock. They want Stone Cold. Stone Cold's 60 years old. He'll be 62 by then. The Rock. They want to negotiate a deal with The Rock to appear at WrestleMania 43. I'm like, really? That's like a year and a half away. No Rock, don't fucking do it. Okay, don't do it. You know what? It's funny. Don't do it. I'm like, it's funny because Saudi Arabia is funny. Right now they're having a comedy fest, right? A comedy fest without comedians there, right? A bunch of comedians, even women comedians. I wonder what they're allowed to say, and they're not allowed to say. Okay? $56K to join the fuck that WNBA. yes, Red. Yes, it'll be The Rock it'll be the Brick versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'll be this. This is the match they want. Yes. Okay. Okay? Seriously. I know, and they're probably gonna have more there because of the money. The money. And they're having a Royal Rumble there. If they're having a Royal Rumble there, then the match will be two out of three falls. And they're having a Royal Rumble there in next year, right? And people are saying, "Oh, but Sami Zayn's going to win a Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia because Sami Zayn cannot lose. Sami Zayn is not allowed to lose there, right? They're saying he's automatically bulletproof there. He can't lose. He's not allowed to lose there, right? So, and if he does win it, I'm gonna call it the obvious because I've been saying it on my other channel right. I've been saying it. Sami Zayn is a token. He's a token, and be careful. He's token there, if you know what I mean. Okay. Now they might move the idea of Sami Zayn not winning the Rumble. Hey, here's an idea. Don't put Sami Zayn in the Rumble. If they don't put Sami Zayn in the Rumble and just have a regular match, I can understand. I will understand. But next year, we're gonna have a WrestleMania in the main event, and I'll be like, he'll win, and I'll be like, I'll call WWE out on again. I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay. I know what they're trying to do. Remember, Mansoor was that, right? But Mansoor is not in WWE anymore. He's in AEW, right? He'll be held inside Hell in a Cell. Wait, Mansoor is in AEW, Ring of Honor, right? Like, I have no problem with Sami Zayn. I have no issue with Sami Zayn. I think he's a great worker. He has a good character. But it's the obvious. There's the obvious, and nobody. I don't know how many people are pointing that out. But people are starting to get stale, bored of him, because he's been playing the same underdog gimmick for 2 or 3 years. I'm like, dude, come on. You won the United States title, okay, but you've been in the main event / mid card. I mean, where are you? Yeah, maximum male models. Yeah. Okay. A lot more ROH though. Yeah, I know. Okay. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy if you ask me. Okay. I mean, fans were pissed when they got the Royal Rumble. Defend his Royal Rumble victory. Braun Strowman, he's not even in WWE anymore. He got released. Remember? He got let go. Braun Strowman got let go, man. Okay. Because it doesn't count. Do you really want Braun Strowman in a main event title match, Red? You really want to see that? He was. Remember he replaced Goldberg? Goldberg? No, he didn't replace Goldberg. He replaced Roman Reigns. Do you remember that? All right. Let's move on. I talked about 25 minutes about this. But yeah, it's oh yeah, I forgot to say. Yeah, nope. I mean, it was a press conference, and I'm saying that in quotations because there was no press. There was no press there. There was no press there to ask the hard-hitting questions, or even softball questions that WWE most likely would give the press. Here, this is the questions I want you to ask. Okay? No, none of that. Okay? None of that. I wonder why they didn't have the press there. Oh, I guess what, guys? It's obvious why they didn't have the press there, because they know what kind of questions would be asked, and they know they're not going to be questions they're not gonna they're not gonna like, and they know WWE is in the wrong. WWE knows they're in the wrong there. That's just a stone for main event. Okay, they know because you're gonna get some. Are you gonna get? They would get discussions like that, and they're gonna insult. It's probably gonna insult the foreign minister or whatever. So His Excellency, His Excellency. You see how Triple H called him His Excellency, like he's kissing his ass, like he's. My God, you see how they call him His Excellency? I wanted to, or Joe Chester. I want to welcome Triple H and His Excellency. I mean, fuck man. I don't want to call a politician and His Excellency, man. No, sounds like when you call somebody His Excellency, sounds like you're kissing his ass. Okay, man. Yeah, they're only testing this to see if they can bring Vince back to TV, eventually induct Vince to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't pass by him that he wants to be that the Saudis want Vince back or Vince in some capacity. I wouldn't pass it by him. Okay. The part one, like the part. Do you remember Red? Remember they said they wanted Hulk, Yokozuna versus Ultimate Warrior. Remember that? What happens? They probably think Hulk Hogan's still alive. They'll be like, Triple H, we want Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, you better get Hulk Hogan. And Triple H said, guys, we have to dig up the bones of Hulk Hogan. Dig up the bones of Hulk Hogan. Because look, okay. They're gonna dictate the show. Like Saudis are gonna dictate that show, WrestleMania. They're gonna dictate who they want on the card. Okay. If I was freaking WWE guys in WWE, I'd be like, no, I'm not going, man. I'm not going. Okay. They probably want Hulk Hogan, so WWE is gonna cave in and dig up the bones of Hulk Hogan, the walling corpse of Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they want Hogan versus Savage. Yes, exactly. Okay. Well, how about this? They could get Savage, dig up the grave of Hulk Hogan, dig up the body of Hogan, dig up the body of Scott Hall. Kevin Nash is still alive. How about we get the NWO there, huh? Perfectly makes sense. Sold out NWO. How about we get the NWO there, huh? The NWO is reincarnated, except for Nash. He's the only one alive. Okay. I know, like it's ridiculous, guys. Man, you probably watch Shawn Michaels come out wrestle. How about Hulk Hogan? No. Bill Goldberg comes out of retirement, and Bret Hart comes out of retirement. And have old man Bret Hart versus Oldberg. How about that? Bret Hart will still probably beat Oldberg, but Bret Hart versus Goldberg in a grudge match. How about that? Man. All right, let's move on. I talked about this for 30 minutes. It was fun. I admit it was fun. Okay. Yeah, Andrade. Looks like he's gone from WWE as of today. O versus Regal 2. So Andrade is gone. Andrade hasn't been seen since SummerSlam. And yesterday there was something off, right? There was something weird about that because Andrade for months has been teaming up with Rey Fenix, right? It's a tag team. But Rey Fenix had the open challenge to Sami Zayn US title, right? No Andrade to be seen. So that created a lot of confusion. So today, Andrade looks like he's done with WWE and moved to the alumni section. Now, Andrade just came back like 2 years ago. Like, literally, yeah, I don't know what he's done. Literally came back 2 years ago, right? After being in AEW for like 2 years. So, Andrade came to AEW in 2021 and left, 2023, early 2024. So he was in AEW for like 2 years, and he was in WWE for back in WWE for two years. And WWE in AEW was kind of pushed a bit. He had some big feuds in AEW. I mean, he had a feud with Cody Rhodes, incredible match with Cody Rhodes. Oh, he immediately got let go. Oh, without a 90-day, and it wasn't a mutual departure. Without a 90-day clause, maybe his contract was up. Maybe it could have been his contract was up, but they didn't want it. And yeah. That could be red. That could be a contract expiration. That could be if that's the case, maybe it's that they let his contract expire. And if it wasn't a mutual departure, it could be the contract. Yeah, it could be. It sounds like they let his contract expire. If that's the case, but look, Andrade is very talented, but you got to understand this guy's not a main event talent. I mean, superstar. His English has actually got better over the years. It's just that he's good at he's a mid carder at best, and he's basically the same character he was WWE before he got released. He is now. Immediate dismissal. I don't know what it was, but the only difference is from this incarnation compared to the last Andrade who was in WWE that he had no Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega. And as talented as Andrade is in the ring, he needed somebody like Zelina Vega in WWE. And look, I'm not the best. I'm not the biggest fan of Zelina as a wrestler. I mean, she could wrestle Zelina, but she's not. She doesn't get a major crowd reaction. She's small, and she's more as a solid worker, but not somebody you can put a major title on. And she's actually getting the U.S. women's title off Zelina was probably the best thing for that title. Even though I think they're doing a terrible job with the U.S. title, even on Julia, Michin, and freaking be Fab, whatever. But what Zelina Vega is good at, she's good at talking in on the mic, and as a manager, to me, I think they made a mistake there. I understand why they teamed up with Ray Phoenix, because Ray Phoenix is actually really good at English. If you know Ray Phoenix when he was a tag team with his brother Penta on Raw, when they do promos or whatever, backstage segments, Ray Phoenix always was the one that did most of English. Now, Penta has done a little bit more English in WWE, but in other promotions, whether it's TNA, AEW, or Lucha, whatever, Phoenix has actually been the more verbal of the two when it comes to English. Okay? And I feel like Andrade was missing something like that. I don't know. It's just that I don't know where Andrade to go. Will he go back to AEW because he wasn't happy there at the end, right? It's me, Andrade. It'd be funny if he signed with AAA, because if he went to AAA, he'd be back at WWE, right? He'd be signing with WWE. Will he go back to AEW? I think what I really think he should do, I think he should go to TNA. I think if he goes to TNA, I think he's a world. I think in that company, he's definitely an upper carder there and could go for the title. World Heavyweight title. If Joe Hendry could go for the world title, so can he. If Trick Williams could go for it, if freaking Dolph Ziggler, who was a world champion years ago in WWE, but the last few years in WWE was not even, it was mostly used in enhancement talent. I think Andrade could be like a world champion in TNA. And obviously, if he does go to TNA, you could see some crossover with WWE. But there's a good chance he might go back to Mexico, because I'm not sure if the AEW will bring him back. WWE won't bring him back. I'm not sure if AEW will bring him back. So I think if he stays in America, TNA would probably be the best. But I think he might go back to Mexico. And if he goes, and he knows Triple A has a direct, is owned by WWE, so maybe he goes to CML. Don't know. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I go that dumbest Fed fan with the Panta profile picture criticized AEW for signing an evil clone of hologram. Oh yeah. Oh well. I don't like the name of hologram. I don't like the name, but yeah. What was that? What is the clone's name again? What is the hologram clone's name again that they're showing now? I forget the name, but they're calling him. Um, is it still Octagon? But yeah, I don't know what to do. I think he might go back to Mexico. Obviously, all right. AJ Styles, guys. The AJ Styles thing is all work. That's all work. It's all work. AJ Styles during the commercial break on Netflix. The name is Alclon. Is it Alclon? Clone in Spanish. Alclon. Okay, Alclon. Or I hope I'm saying it right. Alclon. But AJ Styles during the commercial break, talk to Mike during the commercial break on Netflix. Says somebody WWE doesn't want him there. And during that time, it got the internet wrestling crowd buzzing. Like, what? Somebody's out to get AJ Styles. Somebody's like AJ Styles, right? And some people obviously would think that's a shoot, right? A shoot. Here's the thing. During the commercial break on Netflix, they have the 3 minutes commercial break on Netflix. It's not really a commercial break. There really is no commercial break in the 3 minutes. They just don't show any actions, and they don't show major segments in the commercial break. They usually wait, right? They really don't show anything in those 3 minutes, but it's still part of the show, okay? So it's still part of the show. So I made a video on this a couple days ago where there's talking about what AJ Styles said, and the title was "Worker Shoot," and the conclusion was, and I think it's most like it's obvious the conclusion was, what my conclusion was, and most people's conclusion, it was a shoot. It was not a shoot. It was a work. It was a work. And why do I think it's a work? Why do I say it was a work? Why I'm positive it was work, and everybody else is saying it's a work? I posted as evidence of the work on that video is because WWE uploaded that shoot, supposed shoot, that promo onto their YouTube page. Okay, YouTube. They uploaded that AJ Styles saying somebody doesn't want him in WWE to their YouTube page, and I showed it. I didn't play it. I just showed the title of the video and where it's from. Okay, I shared it. I didn't play it because I could get in trouble for that. And that basically shuts down everybody saying that's a shoot. That was a shoot. No, it's not a shoot. It was definitely a work. It was definitely a work. The only questions I have is, where is it leading to? What does that mean? Why is it, somebody's out there? What is that leading to? Who is he referring to? Okay, who is he referring to? Okay, AJ Styles' contract is up, supposedly February of next year. Okay, I have a question. Does he really extend it past WrestleMania? No, that's not past WrestleMania, but is he willing to go 1 to 2 months? Because I think WrestleMania is in early April this year, next year. Is he willing to go extend from month for WrestleMania, and that's it? That's it. Maybe have him stick around for 1 more month to WrestleMania. Because I know he wants to retire. The thing is, AJ Styles can still go. He can still go. And I made the idea, like, I don't think he's gonna retire. I think it's a chance. I think he's gonna continue wrestling, whether it's a W or not. I mean, the only company, if he does not retire but leaves W, the only company that should go after him is AEW. I know he has a history. He's in TNA. He's beloved in TNA. He's obviously he has love for TNA, but AEW would be the place to go for him if he doesn't retire. AEW would be the place to go. But he wants to retire, man. He wants to. It's up to him. Okay, so we got 25 minutes left to Collision. AEW Collision tonight. Okay. Danny Garcia turned heel. At the end of Dynamite. And I said this on stream and Kenny Omega too, man. Don't forget the Bucks. I said this on stream with Red a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, that Daniel Garcia needs a change. He needs a change. And I said he needs a heel turn. Because Danny Garcia is a babyface. He's generic as fuck. Yeah, he has that dance, but he's no charisma. He dresses generic. He's generic as fuck, man. And the problem with AEW, one issue I have with AEW is, I see in WWE too, is that they wait too long at times. With characters that are generic. And I'm gonna say something. Hook, it's funny. They're trying to put some personality, some character in a Hook. Hook has been generic for years. To me, Hook is Yeah, I mean, of course, Red, me too. But I think he needs this change. Because AEW has trouble realizing that some of their wrestlers are too generic and they're too long, and they wait too long. They wait too long at times. I think Hook is generic. I mean, he's been generic for 3 or 4 years. So he's a guy who doesn't like to talk. He likes to wear a hood. He could do this. But what's special about him? Hook is supposed to be silent badass though, but the problem is he's small. The thing is, Red, he's small, and it's not believable. He's small. It's not believable when he does it to big men, especially when you see him do it to guys like big. See, the thing is, it's just I just think he needs a little personality, more personality. I think he needs more personality. Daniel Garcia is just generic as heel turns can help you with that. There's been heel turns. It could be a cure for that for wrestlers. Yeah, I remember you didn't talk for an entire year. I remember. Heck, you know what? I'll say this. Jack Perry was a charisma vacuum as the Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Right? as a right. But when he turned heel and Hook, and we kind of joined the Young Bucks and Okada, he developed a personality, an asshole jerk like personality, and I think what made Jungle Boy decent as a heel with that personality as a scapegoat. Yeah, is that I think his part of his real life personality because Jack Perry is an asshole in real life. As an asshole. I know Andrade's not WWE. I know Hunter. I know. I talked about that. Yeah, Jack Perry is better as a scapegoat. Yeah. So I think a heel turn for Daniel Garcia works better. Fits better. I just think get rid of that fucking dance. Okay. Okay. If he gets rid of, if he's a heel and does that dance, it's a flop right away. It's a flop. Yeah, man, that would have been awesome, Red. Kill switch, yeah. But if he does that dance as a heel, John Moxley should just knock him out, like take him out, man. No. If he's a heel, don't do that dance anymore. Don't do that dance. Even if you're gonna mock in front of your opponent, don't do that dance. It's like put some personality. You know, like when John Moxley, you know how John Moxley, right? John Moxley just wears jeans or whatever, right? Whatever. But his personality is he wants to beat the shit out of you, beat the crap out of you, hurt you. But if you see him walk to the ring through the crowd, it's a swagger. The way he walks, it's a swagger. Okay? It's a swagger. Okay? Daniel Garcia needs something. And he needs something. And that's the heel turn hopefully is the beginning of that. Okay? Okay. Cody Rhodes is back. All right. Cody Rhodes is back. He's done filming his part for Street Fighter. And him and Drew McIntyre are going to have a title match at WrestlePalooza this Saturday. Okay. No, I thought the segment was funny, but it is a really dumb segment. The beginning kicked off SmackDown. So Brock comes out, right? Brock comes out, and all of a sudden R-Truth music comes out. And Brock, is just laughing, like R-Truth, and he just plays along. Oh, man, if Daniel Garcia heel was flopped, then he should be coming on NXT. Danny Strokes. Danny Strokes is actually a good name. But Brock Lesnar comes out, R-Truth comes out, right? It's like, Brock Lesnar, you better stop talking about my brother John Cena. And Brock is like, what's your name? R-Truth. What? It was a really bad promo. It was really bad. It was just ridiculous, right? What's your name? What's your name? My brother John Cena. What's your name again? Juan Cena. Okay. And Brock broke character in this promo. He broke character in this promo. He laughed because R-Truth tends to do that, right? And Brock was like, do you know where John Cena is? And R-Truth was like, no. And Brock said, you got something in your tooth. And he just F5s him. But the funny part at the end was that Brock whipped his jeans. When he F5'd R-Truth, he whipped his jeans and apparently he had blue underwear. He whipped his jeans. And he knew about it and he played along with it. He embraced the embarrassment of whipping his jeans. Live. No, it's from behind, Red. No, 56K? 56K? It was not from the front, it was from the behind. It was more like near the thigh area. No, it was not from the front. But he was playing along. But the thing about the segment was, Brock, John Cena's gonna be a Raw this Monday. Right? John Cena's gonna be a Monday Night Raw this next Monday. This Monday coming up, and I'm like, and they announced that. Couple days in advance. did he lays in days in event? And I'm like, Brock, you obviously don't watch TV then. You don't watch wrestling then because you would have known you could be on Raw. I'm like, Brock, you could just rate it to Raw. You could just wait till Monday and show up on Monday to confront Cena. You confront Cena. Like, come on, watch, man, watch. Okay, watch. Dumbass Brock Lesnar, huh? Dumbass Brock. Don't say that in front of his face, man. Don't call Brock Lesnar dumb in front of his face, because he'll probably kill you. Let me tell. I saw this guy in person before, like at wrestling shows, and he's freaking huge. Okay. Yes. It's a fetish. Fetish. All right. So before I end this, because it's 15 minutes, so NXT is having NXT Homecoming, which is NXT is going to have the show this Tuesday at Full Sail. Full Sail was originally the venue where NXT had the shows for years and years before they moved into Performance Center, right? So they have Homecoming, right? So Tyler Breeze is back. in NXT. He showed up on NXT this past Tuesday. So Prince Pretty is back. Sorry, I was about to sneeze there. Prince Pretty is back. Okay, and NXT Homecoming, the DIY is going to take on the reunion of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. And all right, Fatal Influence, who is Jasmine Minks, Haley, whatever her name is. JC James can take on this stock team of Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Vakir, and Rhea Ripley. Full Sail's really permanent home for NXT again. Yeah, the crowd was great there. I mean that crowd, the people that go there for the it was a dedicated. The atmosphere there, man. The atmosphere there for that, you could tell on screen how passionate Full Sail was. But they're having this Homecoming this Tuesday. I'm gonna watch it. What else is happening at NXT Homecoming? I'm pretty sure Superstar is going to be there. Other Superstars are going to be there. Grayson Waller is going to have this special effect. It's effect special of Oba Family and Ricky Starks. But I'm pretty sure you're going to have some alumni there, other alumni. Ethan Page is going to face that. Whatever. Okay. But I'm pretty sure they're going to have alumni. Oh, by the way. Okay. I got to end this. Okay. Yeah, my laptop's about to end. My laptop's battery is about to go off. The battery's about to run out, and it's going to turn off my laptop. So I need to end this now, guys. Sorry. I'll be back sometime maybe next Saturday, because I would do this Mondays, but Raw's an hour earlier now for football season. So I'll be back maybe next Saturday. All right. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Bye, guys.
Too sweet. Sweet. Too sweet. Too